Hey, this is Matt from InvestiQuant. Today is Wednesday, January 20th, 2021. And this morning we saw the markets gap up sizably again, and they have taken off to the upside everywhere except the Russell. Russell has a little bit different price action taking place this afternoon, which you can see in that top right chart, which has been a little bit weaker, whereas the other markets are trying to kind of trend higher throughout the session. We opened up near the lows of the session and are trading right up at the highs of the session here in the S&P, which is this top left chart. That's a very similar price action to what we're seeing in the NASDAQ, which is just below. NASDAQ up sizably, getting a boost from some of those heavier weighted NASDAQ stocks, including the Netflix, which had big reaction to earnings last night. So what I want to do this afternoon is take a look at this type of trendy action and see what it means as we approach the close of the session. So let me hop into Discover, load up all four instruments, and set it up. For this study, we're going to be using an intraday time-based entry that'll be getting long at 3 p.m. Eastern time. So just taking place near the end of the trading session. It'll be getting out of the market at the close of regular trading hours. And to describe the price action that we've seen so far, I'm going to go into the opening filters. And I'm going to say that we opened above the prior session high of day. So that took place this morning. I'm going to hit equals here in the opening area. Open above prior day high. So that's going to add it to the test up here. Next, I'm going to hop into this post-open filters library, which allows you to test the price action that is developing throughout the intraday session. And the way I'm going to describe this trendy action is simply the open is in the bottom 25% of the range and the 3 p.m. price is in the top 25% of the range. So that makes it a directional type of day to the upside. So to do that, I'm going to the open versus intraday range. I'm going to hit equals next to open in the bottom 25% of the intraday range. And then in the intraday close versus intraday range, this is going to say where is the price at the time of the entry. We're using a 3 p.m. entry time here. So I'm going to hit close in the top 25% of the intraday range. So I've got equals next to that. That added it to the test. Next, I'm going to put us in a similar bullish environment. We are above a 10-day simple moving average. We are above a 200-day simple moving average. S&P is actually at all-time highs right now. So we're above everything right now. And now I can hit view results. And here we go. These are the results of going long at 3 p.m. Eastern time, exiting at the close, which is 4:15 p.m. Eastern time, when you gap above the prior day high at the open. And then from the open until 3 p.m. Eastern time, the open is in the bottom 25% of the range, and the 3 p.m. price is in the top 25% of the range. So it is a directional candle that is green forming on the day. This is taking place above a 10 and above a 200-day simple moving average. So this is trendy-like activity after a gap up above the prior day high, a gap and go like formation that is forming here. And historically, this pattern has 92 samples in the S&P, so fairly common occurrence here in this market environment. The NASDAQ 90, the Dow 95, and the Russell 53. And if you look at the win rates on these, you'll notice they're all pretty neutral. So you've got the S&P at 51%. The NASDAQ is the weakest of the group at 42%. The Dow, 54%. The Russell, 47%. So there is no real directional bias that is showing up there in the win rates from this point forward. Even though, the day has been showing a bias to the upside, it has been showing persistence. Even though the day has been showing persistence to the upside at this point in the session, 3 p.m., with this pattern developing, there's really not an edge in either direction from that point forward there, according to the win rates of this historical pattern. If we look at the average win, average loss, you see the average loss a little bit bigger than the average win in the S&P. That's true for the NASDAQ. The Dow, a little bit larger average win than average loss, and then the Russell is pretty much equal on that average win and average loss. So looking at this, to me, this suggests, if you're in the long, maybe tightening up stops as you get closer to the end of the day, there's no real strong bias that is associated with this pattern. So it may be time to lock in some profits if you have them. I know we had a bunch of clients who were taking advantage of some of the data that was pointing to the upside today. So good luck the rest of the day, and we will see you tomorrow.